So you caught that here? How about that? I didn't even know you could fish here. Oh, hi. I'm Joe Gumm with Traveling with the Tribe. And in this episode, we take the tribe to South Texas, where we tour a red drum hatchery. It's the largest in the world. The question is, what is a red drum hatchery? Yeah, I don't know either. You think they would know inside? Cool. So what did you use to catch this, man? God, it's huge. I use that all the time. Fish, and more fish. That's what the tribe discovered this week at the Sea Center in Lake Jackson, Texas. A place that knows more about fish than any other place we've been. And as the tribe discovered from the start, we met the expert on all things fish.
See how flat they are, like oars?
Oh, yeah.
It's because Texas every month adds 12,000 new saltwater fishermen. The first thing we do is we bring them up to some blue boxes. And those are what's called rotary screen filters. They take some things out of our water. Anything bigger than the size of a period, we take out of the water. All those waves are starting to tumble. Why would a fish be in there with all those waves, all that energy? They're getting slammed around everywhere.
The Sea Center in Lake Jackson is located 50 miles south of Houston, and if you love fish or want to know more about them, the Sea Center, Texas is a marine aquarium, fish hatchery, and education center operated by the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, designed to educate and entertain visitors. And that's exactly what they did, especially for G3 Milana.
Okay, that's a big one and that's a tiny one. Look her down. See, I can do it.
What else we can find in here?
Okay, let's do this one.
Turtles?
Yeah.
Turtles?
Inside the Sea Center, your family will find impressive replicas of state record saltwater fish and something the tribe was really impressed with, a touch tank with crabs.
I can't touch anything.
Let's see.
See a little boy crab there too? Little boy blue crab right next to you?
Can you touch?
I can't make it.
Does the blue
Hey, put your hand in there.
pinch?
Go
Are
right
you
up,
gonna try it?
go right up to it, okay? Go right up to it. Put your hand in there. You're good.
It's okay.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Does it bite?
You ready?
What's mommy?
That's why I don't want to touch
Are you okay? Oh my
Kind of
goodness.
shocking.
So if you get sliced in the eye, oh my.
Oh my goodness. You did great.
You're okay.
Oh, that blue crab. Mama, you're gonna be wet.
You're okay. Look at him. Oh, look.
No, he won't. If you look, we took his top pincher off. He can't pinch you.
Can you
He'll
touch
grow
him?
it back eventually when he molts, but right now it's not.
Okay.
See, you can touch it.
Okay.
And see, this crab can swim. Look at his back legs. See how flat they are, like oars?
Oh, yeah.
Watch me put him
I
down. He'll
touched him.
swim. Watch. See him swim away?
Oh, I touched him.
Like
yeah, I
paddle.
touched him, Mommy.
Can you touch him, Milana?
No, I can't make it. I saw his tongue.
You can't do it?
And here's a little girl blue crab. That was a little boy. Here's a little girl.
As we made our way through the Sea Center Aquarium and saw all types of fish, on our way outside, the tribe had one question on our mind, and it was finally answered by our expert guide. We get to find out what a red drum hatchery is.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this.
All right, well, welcome to Sea Center, Texas. Sure glad you came today.
Yeah, good to be here.
Yeah, this is something called a marine hatchery. Now, what would you be doing in a marine hatchery?
Hatching?
Hatching. What's hatching mean?
You could like fish is hatching from its egg.
Yeah, it means I'm going to hatch an egg, right? And if it's a marine hatchery, what kind of water am I talking about?
Salt water?
Saltwater, right. So this is a saltwater hatchery. It's one of 3 in the state of Texas.
Yeah, homeschool.
Homeschool.
Yep, that's right.
You know, I get a lot of homeschool folks here, and they usually seem to know the answers.
Yeah.
All right, Sea Center, Texas is a marine hatchery, one of 3, as I was saying. But why would we want to hatch fish? Back before you were here, back in the 1970s, something started happening in our bays. The fish started going down from up here all the way down to here, and we didn't have very many fish by the time we got to the 80s. What do you think was causing that? That was not a good thing, was it? No, there were 3 things that were causing that to happen. One of them was we had something multiplying and blooming and getting into our waters called red tide. Red tide's a little organism that's so small you can't even see it. But when you get a lot of them, it emits a toxin. Do you know what a toxin is? No. Toxin's kind of like a poison, okay? So it would poison the water, and these fish would swim through, and it would paralyze their gills, and they couldn't breathe. And what do you think happened to the fish?
Kill them.
They died, yeah. So we were losing a lot of fish to something called red tide. Another thing that was happening, there was a chef from Louisiana. You know what a chef is?
Somebody who cooks food.
Yeah, they cook the food in your restaurants, don't they? They made a fish dish, very popular, a fish dish called blackened redfish. So all the commercial fishermen went out and caught all the redfish because everybody was walking into our restaurants and saying, "I'd like the blackened redfish, please." And somebody had to provide it for them, so the fishermen got them all. Well, that really hurt the population of fish like redfish. In fact, it got so bad, Texas had to make it illegal to catch a redfish commercially and sell it to something like a restaurant or even to you. So you get in a restaurant redfish now, you've caught one that's hatchery raised in a private hatchery or commercial hatchery. It's not been caught in our bays because you just can't do that anymore. And then after we did that, we thought, well, maybe they'd start coming back, but you know, it was going to take about 100 years, it was looking like, before they'd come back, and that's a long time to wait, right? So Texas decided to get into the hatchery business, but right before they did, or right as they were, the fish took an even bigger hit. Did you know in 1983, again before you were here, at Christmas time, it got down to 14 degrees here on the coast. 14 degrees, even salt water freezes, doesn't it? Remember that salt marsh that we saw where all the babies begin their life?
Yeah.
The redfish had just started spawning and hatching their fish in October or November. So by the time Christmas time came, they were about that big and they were back in that real shallow water. And this big cold front came through at Christmas and they all froze. We lost 15 million fish.
Oh, wow.
Same thing happened again in 1989. Hasn't been cold since though, has it? It's been pretty warm here in Texas. So those 3 things all together, all the fish were really having a big problem. Now, who cares? Why would you care? Why would you care the fish were going away?
You need fish to eat.
You need fish? Why?
You need fish to look at and learn about.
Well, that's what we like to do, isn't it? People like to eat them though too, don't they? But you know what it is? The people that go out and catch these fish for sport, they go out and throw their line out there and they catch the fish and they'll bring them in and they'll eat some of them, right? And they'll put the others back. Those are the recreational fishermen. They're not the people that catch it commercially. You know how much money they provide to the Texas economy? You probably don't, so I'm going to tell you. About $1.5 to $2 billion a year. And that's a lot of jobs because that money keeps flowing through the economy, right? $1.5 billion just flowing and flowing and flowing. All these people get jobs, they get to provide for their families, and they get to live in Texas. That's a lot. That's worth doing. That's worth working on, right? So Texas got into the hatchery business back in 1983, and we built our first one in Corpus Christi. This one was really kind of unique up here. This is our newest one. This is actually our best one. This is state of the art. Okay, this hatchery was started up in 1996. We're going to start the tour of our hatchery building, which is right over there behind you. We just finished with the visitor center, which is kind of unique. It's our only marine hatchery visitor center we have. But we're going to start the hatchery tour. We're going to go out back. We're going to go where the water comes in from the Gulf of Mexico. We'll follow it into that building and we'll see how we do this, and how we raise all these fish, okay? We're going to go out to this pond right over here and we'll go out on a dock, and you're not going to believe all the fish you see. This is 8 acres of water.
How deep is it?
Oh, probably only about 4 foot. Redfish don't like deep water. They prefer shallow water. But if we look over on the right here as we approach this dock, we should see a whole bunch of fish schooling on the right. Throw a handful of food right there for them. And then we got something they really want here too.
Oh my goodness, hold on.
They'll find it in a minute. Once they find it, they're going to go crazy. Go ahead, throw one out there. You ready? Throw it. I'll throw one underneath. throw one. Ready? Throw. You bet.
That is fun.
Throw it out there.
Okay, one last time. You ready? Here we go. Right in front of us. Now let's go figure out how we raise these guys, huh?
Oh, let's go do it. Let's go figure it out.
Bye, PJ. Bye, bye.
Touted as the world's largest redfish hatchery, the facility is one of 3 marine hatcheries located on the Texas coast that produces juvenile red drum and spotted speckled trout for enhancing natural populations in Texas bays. So, what exactly does that mean?
The first thing we do is we bring them up to some blue boxes. And those are what's called rotary screen filters. They take some things out of our water. Anything bigger than the size of a period, we take out of the water. And what we're doing is we're taking out some animals, actually, that if they get into the ponds with our baby fish, they're going to grow faster than the fish and they're going to eat them all. And we'll be raising them instead.
Oh, wow.
What we're taking out is the larvae, the babies of crab and shrimp. They go back into the Brazos River, they continue on their life out there, and then we bring that water either directly into one of our 36-acre ponds where we grow the fish, or we bring it into these tanks to be cleaned up even further to be used inside of our facility.
It's so big, the marine hatcheries produce some 24 million total red drum and 3 million spotted sea trout fingerlings per year for stock enhancement purposes. Since 2009, the Sea Center Texas has reared and stocked over 200 million red drum fingerlings in 3 bays, including Galveston. And coming up next, we'll show you how it all works on Traveling with the Tribe. The Kids Ark Magazine, a 36-page interactive magazine that kids all over the world are talking about. If you're a kid that loves games, trivia, and cool stories about other kids, you'll love the Kids Ark Magazine, the only magazine that gives you a chance to win $100.
Look, $100 you can win for just answering some very simple Bible questions and all kinds of other great stuff.
Parents and grandparents will love it because it's an upbeat magazine that promotes positive choices about life decisions. The Kids Ark Magazine. Log on to thekidsark.com today to order your subscription or call 1-800-455-1770. Welcome back to Traveling with the Tribe, where this week the tribe is hanging out and having fun on the coast of Texas in Lake Jackson, a place that we have found is very family friendly. Of course, one of the reasons why it's so family friendly is because of the Sea Center of Texas, a very fun and educational vacation destination tucked away near Galveston. Alrighty. Fish time, a little alone time.
Oh, no, you can't do that at Sea Center. I'm sorry, you have to be 17 or under to be able to do that. Let's get back with the tour.
Now, after learning why Texas needs a fish hatchery in the first place, the tribe is now ready to learn how the hatchery actually works.
Okay, it's our life support room, just like you would have in your aquarium. We have to have things like filters and pumps and temperature control to keep our fish alive. And what we've got is we've got very large tanks on both sides of these walls. They're about 12 foot in diameter. I can't reach that far, but that tall, and they've got our fish in them that lay the eggs. And I have to keep them alive. And I circulate water into this room. Oh, it's the amount of water I bring in here is like you turn it on about 15 showers in your house all at the same time. That's a lot of water. And I'm bringing it in through a pump, and I bring it in to a filter called a sand filter, just like you'd have on a swimming pool. And when I push water through sand, all the little tiny particles in that water, they can't get through and they stay behind. And the water comes out very clean. And then I bring it into another filter called a coral filter, and then it goes through a heating and cooling system and back into the tank. And we're going to go through those tanks in just a minute.
The tribe then learned about their incubation tanks and how eggs were harvested at the hatchery, but we were also distracted by the little tribe members.
These fish are going to hatch. They're going to live their life in the bay for about 3 or 4 years. The bay's shallow water, right?
Yeah.
They're growing about this much every month for the first year, about an inch a month. And after a couple of years, they're about this big. After about 3 years, they're about this big, about 30 inches. And all their favorite food is in the bay. What do those fish like to eat that we just saw?
Incubate. What do you think that means?
Eat something.
All right. If I've got some eggs that I took out of that room in there we were just in, our broodstock room, they're going to be floating in some water in something like this. And the first thing I have to do is I have to count how many eggs I have. Because I want to put between 1 and 2 million eggs in each of my incubation tubs to hatch them.
Hey, Dad.
Now, these eggs aren't very big. And I don't want to count 1 to 2. I can't even count. I'd go to sleep trying to count the 2 million.
And they disappeared. They disappeared.
Disappeared? They disappeared? They're not in here anymore, are they? Why not?
You took them out?
Yeah, I took them out and then put them in the incubation room. But the count of what I do is I pour them in something like this. I just pour it in. The water's going to come up somewhere, right? We don't know where, 'cause I don't know how much I had in there. The water's going to come up to maybe
there's
there.
water in there.
And those eggs are going to do what? Are they going to sink to the bottom or float?
Float.
Yeah, because they can hatch. Here's some eggs that are from spotted sea trout, and here are some eggs from red drum. They're not very big, are they? That's probably about 30,000 eggs in there.
It looks like cream of wheat.
How about that?
Give me that.
This looks like a vinaigrette you put on your salad with some poppy seed.
Those eggs hatch in just one day.
Are there babies in here?
Those eggs aren't alive anymore.
Yeah.
They're prisoners.
That's so I could show you. But they hatch in one day, 24 hours. Here's what they look like. See this picture right here? That's what this egg looks like that you just saw. There's the egg, there's the drop of oil, and there's the baby fish, the embryo. And after one day, this embryo pretty much pops out of the egg and sits on the egg like that.
The Sea Center, Texas in Lake Jackson. A lot of information about fish, but very important in knowing how they're needed and wanted in the great state of Texas. Make sure your family visits this great facility on the coast of Texas to learn more about one of the greatest resources in Texas, fish. Speaking of needing and wanting, the tribe was ready to eat and needed and wanted some good food quickly. Find out how we got lucky coming up next on Traveling with the Tribe.
Hope, compassion,
Healing. Warming.
Crucial.
medically necessary,
Love.
loving.
Home.
It's a home away from home.
The Ronald McDonald House of Fort Worth. For nearly 30 years, the Ronald McDonald House has opened its doors to thousands of families and their critically ill children.
We're not just lodging, we want them to feel hope.
You're going to be able to stay and be part of the whole healing process for that child. That's what it's about.
We want to take care of our families so that they can better care for their children.
It's not something we ever dreamed we would need. But we're so glad that it's here.
The Ronald McDonald House of Fort Worth, a home away from home.
It's a good place.
Welcome back to Traveling with the Tribe. This week, the Tribe has visited Lake Jackson, Texas, home of Andy's Kitchen. And if your tribe wants a place that blends great food, great prices, and great company, Andy's Kitchen is the place to be. Due in large part to owner and operator, Jeff Lucky.
How you doing, man? Good. Welcome, Andy's. Hey, good to be here. Here's the Tribe.
Hello, Tribe.
And we are ready to eat. Well, you can tell, Milana, G3 is ready.
Spit it. It's like a riot.
Here we go. Come on in.
And of course, traveling with a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, 3-year-old, and a 1-year-old, the Tribe noticed they could make as much noise as they wanted just because it's somewhat normal and expected there.
Do you like running a restaurant?
Oh, very much so. You know why? Because I can get all I want to eat. Especially when I'm washing dishes.
That's a good
All
reason.
kinds of food comes back.
Y'all like to watch dishes, don't you?
I want to
Do you?
She loves to wash dishes.
Oh, we have a lot.
I don't know if I want to wash them here.
Now, do you guys have anything on your menu that we saw at the Sea Center? Or no?
You know, we have shrimp. Every once in a while, we'll run something that's crab stuffed. So, I know they take the. Did you see the touch tank? Did they have the?
We did. We saw the touch tank.
You know, it always scares me with the touch tank with the crabs. Even though I know that they've got the pinchers taken off, every time they reach up, I always jump.
Yeah, I was scared.
When we walked up, we saw a bunch of kids. Obviously, you got the colored photos. You have the balloon animals. You're a family guy. It seems like a family place. You can be loud in here, and it can be a fun atmosphere. We came in here. There was a large group making a lot of noise. So, you know, is that what this place? Is that what sort of makes this place?
It really does, and especially on Sundays, we get a lot of after church crowd comes in, and it's nice. And we try to do family style service, so it's a Sunday meal kind of thing.
Oh, cute.
Now, what's the coolest thing, obviously, besides your restaurant? What's the coolest thing about Lake Jackson? As far as families coming here, visiting, it's close to the ocean, right?
The beaches are nice. The nice thing about the beaches down here is they're not real crowded. They're accessible. You can still drive on the beaches down here, which is nice when you can get away rather than Galveston. Sea Center is a nice place.
Sure is. Now, when it comes to the actual food served at Andy's Kitchen, the tribe had to figure out what to order. So we did what any other family would do. We asked the expert, Jeff.
The thing that we sell the most here at Andy's is our chicken fried steak. We go through chicken fried steaks like crazy.
Is that just because it's Texas, or because
it's very good?
It's very good.
Very good. I'm sure Texas helps, but we make a very, very good chicken fried steak.
Yeah, but a lot of places they don't craft it as well as others, and maybe the gravy they put on it is different from others, and it's maybe sort of bland. But you're saying yours is pretty good.
Ours is top notch.
And since Jeff was the one primarily making the food, his wife also helps out. He had to keep heading back to the kitchen. So on his way back, he asked the cook in our family, Alexa, to join him in the kitchen to see how Andy's Kitchen made their most famous entree, chicken fried steak.
We season our flour with salt and pepper.
Right.
It's very, very basic. What you want to do first is, you want to take your chicken fried steak, you want to push it out real good in your flour.
Good piece of tenderized meat.
Yeah, it's ribeye actually.
Okay. Right.
So you push it out. You want to get that flour in there very, very good. Plus, push it out, make it a little thinner.
Right.
Now, we use a buttermilk egg dip.
Okay.
And it's a quart of buttermilk and 3 eggs.
Okay.
So you want to dip that in there. Get nice and covered. And then you want to flour it again.
Is this why when I made batter, when I made chicken fried steak for my husband, the batter came off because I didn't double flour it?
That's why.
Because it was ugly. So ugly.
All right. So that's all on there. Good. So I'm going to put mine over here.
Okay.
I'm going to move you some flour. And I'm going to let you go ahead and pick one.
Right. And has that been soaking in anything or just?
No.
No.
So push it good.
Okay. Getting it all in there.
Get it all in there. Turn it over.
Yep.
Push on it some more. All right, good. Now pick it on up and dip it.
Now why buttermilk instead of regular milk?
It's thick and it helps the flour stick on it good. The egg really is, more of the glue.
Sure.
Push it in there good. Don't be afraid of it. You're not going to hurt it.
Okay. I think I was afraid of it last time. And it knew I was afraid.
All right. So now we're going to take our chicken fried steaks.
All right.
Now this oil is very hot. So
okay.
Kind of
gently give it a little grease bath, right? Okay.
And now we've got the sanitizer bucket. It's bleach water. And rinse your fingers.
Okay. Now how long is it going to cook in there, and how will I know when it's done?
When it'll float. That's the nice thing about chicken fried steaks is when they're done cooking, they'll float to the top. They'll be nice golden brown.
Okay.
And then that's when we pull them out.
Got it. And how long is that typically?
It's just a couple minutes, 2-3 minutes, depending on how thick they are.
Good.
I'm just going to flip them around.
Is this one of your most popular dishes here?
Yes, this is our most popular one. And we do 2 sizes. At lunch it's a 4 ounce, and then at dinner it's an 8 ounce.
A plate full, pretty much. Yeah. Gotcha. And how did you get your recipe for chicken fried steak? Family, grandma, or just learned
Family friend.
Family friend. They look beautiful. Really beautiful. And the batter didn't even fall off.
Look, yours came out nicer than mine. Look, mine curled up on
It does look kind of pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah, yours is very nice.
Well, I'm proud of that.
And that's all there is to it.
And that's how you do it.
And that's how
Well,
you
thank
make a
you
chicken
so
fried
much.
Once the food was cooked, it came out hot and fresh and ready to be devoured by the tribe, including the chicken fried steak.
Okay,
Just
go
a
ahead.
little one.
Daddy.
I got the small. Yeah, thank
Oh
goodness.
my.
And while you're at Andy's Kitchen, make sure your tribe tries the desserts because they're just as good as the chicken fried steak. From the exceptionally nice greeting when you walk in to the goodbye, come back and see us again, Andy's Kitchen is by far the best place to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner in Lake Jackson, Texas. They took care of our tribe and will certainly do the same for yours. Lake Jackson, Texas, one of the many small towns on the Texas coast that's worthy of a visit by your tribe.
Wait, Mama, I need a walk in the pond.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm not fine.
I was gonna wash your hands.
See?
We'll walk into the building through our life support room, and then you can wash your hands in the
I
restroom
do
there.
that.